Welcome to Season 6 of the Battle Brothers Legends mod. I hope you've been enjoying our previous season with the peasants versing krakens and the watermill fight. Hope you enjoyed seeing our struggle with all of that, and prevailing pretty much with such crappy brothers. We're going to switch it up a little bit this season, and we are going to go with the Beast Slayer origin. If you were to ask me, should we try this out in previous expansions, I would have said it wouldn't be worth it. But since Blazing Deserts has come out and all the little updates they've been doing, fighting monsters is actually a lot more profitable than you think, and a lot more profitable than it used to be. Because monsters drop like discarded trash and stuff that sells for good money. So Beast Slayer Origin is actually very viable in this expansion for sure. And with Legends mods as well, because of all the cool beasts that you can fight later in the game. Which is what we're going to try and showcase this season. A bit more of the crafting, a bit more of the beast fighting, which, as usual, I'm not the biggest fan of, because they're hard, but, you know, it's going to be fun, we're going to show it all off, and it's going to be enjoyable. So, the Beast Slayer start is a 2-star start, mainly because you start with some pretty decent characters, with some pretty decent gear, but they cost a bit per day, and they start very upset and all that, so it's kind of hard, but then it's kind of not too hard to start with the Beast Slayers. It's just sort of the benefits that you get that aren't usually used in most playthroughs. Now, what you do get is you start with 3 Beast Slayers, so the really nice origin starts. The really nice Beast Slayer characters. They come with some decent equipment. There's like a ranged one, a melee one, and another melee one. You'll see it when we get in. And some beast trophies. So you start off with a couple of pelts and stuff, which aren't too useful early on, but they'll help us later on. You get to see tracks from further away. That's a nice benefit. So you can track beasts and see how see them before they get to you. So we can sort of pick our fights a little bit easier. That's going to be one of the best benefits. The other best benefit we get is expert skinners. Every beast we slay has a 50% chance to drop an additional trophy. And seeing as beasts drop trophies at 50% rate anyways, that's technically a 2 times effective trophy dropping chance. So we get twice the amount technically. According to, you know, RNG, which, as our history has gone, we don't always have the best RNG, but this will slightly improve that. Now, the downside to Beast Slayers is you get 10% worse prices everywhere, which, I mean, not the worst thing in the world, except for the fact that if we're hunting beasts most of the time, which is what we will be doing, and we're going to have to buy most of our weapons, it's going to make weapons a little bit more expensive and stuff, and if we need to get certain armors, a little bit more expensive, but, you know, we'll work around it. We'll survive. Now, we're going with Nobles at War for our late game crisis, just because we don't want anything too fancy to bother us during the playthrough. That's right, I forgot to name this. Beast Slayers. There we go. And yeah, Nobles at War is the choice we're going with because we don't want greenskins to start ruining our runs and just kind of swarming the map and undead swarming the map. Holy War we could go with, but in case we ever need to join for some quick cash, kind of don't want too many people upset at us and to be a bit difficult with the southern states. We're going with a random map seed this time. We're not going to game the system. We're going to try and see how that goes for us. Just to show off that you can do these sorts of things without having to find the perfect map seed. But I do recommend going to the Discord that's in the description. They've got some good stuff on the Legends Mod Discord. There's people constantly searching for seeds, so you can look at it. Unfortunately, a lot of the old seeds have been broken, because every so often with their updates, they change like traits, or they change like important parts of the game, which change according to the seed. So if you look at some really old seeds that we've done previously, they won't work, sadly, so I do apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, some of the newer seeds are getting scouted out at the moment, so see how you go with that. We're going to go with a beginner economy and beginner funds, high funds I mean, because as the Beast Slayers, you don't start with very much money at all, and I kind of think that we do need a bit of money to start off with. Beginner as usual, because we really don't enjoy waiting 5 days just to heal one person. And we're going to switch things up. We're going to go with Expert Combat Difficulty. We're going to try and push the game a little bit to a bit more difficult situations. Try and get us onto some harder enemies. We didn't enjoy the scaling of the Peasant Militia last time. We thought it was a bit too easy. a bit unfair and just broken. Like, in all honesty, it really shouldn't be like that. So we're going to a normal origin now, so it should be back to its normal difficulty. But we're going to try and push ourselves this season. We're going to push ourselves to expert. And I'm going to probably regret it because we're going to be expert against beasts. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. We're going to go with decked out citadels and trade buildings, as always. It's just a must on every run. I can't imagine living without it. We're going to up the factions and settlements, not because we're thinking of losing any factions and settlements, but having a few extra on the map as usual is really good just to jump to them in case you need to heal up or get more quests for beasts. That's just basically it. You get more quests, you get more flexibility on your map. Don't bump the faction settlements up to maximum. It kind of breaks the game and doesn't let it load properly, so going around the middle option is usually the better choice, and don't ever play with the sliders over here. They don't work well. They used to before they did the Legends mod update for Blazing Deserts. Those sliders used to be good, but they haven't really worked with them these days. We're going to do our usual end settings up here. I'm not going to go with equipment, not going with recruiting. And Theriantropy, I haven't seen many updates for it. I haven't seen many people boasting about how it's been fixed, because it hasn't really been fixed. So I still can't recommend Theriantropy yet. It's still quite a work in progress on the Legends mod. But as usual, Magic, Economy, everything else is doing really well. And they've been doing a lot of nice updates to the layered armor we saw last season. They're now doing head armor that's been layered. So it's really, really nice to see. And I do believe they've done most of the kinks out of that, and it's been working quite well. And I did forget to mention, we are now on update 15.0.0.20. It's been a nice big update, been waiting for a long time. There's been a bit of tweaks to layered armor. There's been all sorts of changes. A lot of updates and fixes. One of the other big things that they've changed recently, I don't know if it's this update or the previous one, is the retinue has been changed. So we're going to try and use that this season as well. Trying to get a few people recruited onto our side and just showcase a bunch of fun stuff. All that said and done, let's jump into it. But yeah, having the retinue and everything changed up, it's really opening up a lot more parts of the game to be usable and less buggy. And it's going to be nice to be able to have that, because that's what Legends mod is, that's what Blazing Deserts is. To have that retinue, to have the Southerns, to have everything else. Now, we start off with Beast Slayers. Our employer laughs at us, there's a witch that put him in power, and we get betrayed. Cool backstories and stuff to every single start. I don't usually read them all because it is just text, but it's cool stuff. And for the ones that love lore and all the cool world building stuff that they've done in this game, go for it. Now, yeah, we don't have enough renown for retinue, but we'll do that a bit later when we do get some renown and some cash. Now let's look at our guys. I do not know what they look like because I have not gone for a seed, but I do know a couple things. I know that this will be a melee person, this is a melee person, and this is the ranged one. So, yikes. That's actually pretty good. I love Pragmatic, and Optimist is good. Okay, so one of our melee guys is really good, and the other melee one is really loyal and hates for nobles. Okay, so our melee one's turned out really well. Ranged one has some, I don't like huge, but then again, it doesn't really affect a ranged person. And Surefooting doesn't affect a ranged person either. Oh, that ruins his range defense. That's unfortunate. He only has the option to go for bows. So, late bow, right? There's no duelist. That's the one problem with Beast Slayers. They don't get duelist. Unless you're super lucky. Because we're using dynamic perks as usual. So all these guys are going to be different to each other. But even then, they still don't have duelist. Now with you, you have range snipes. Yeah, you're just going to have to be a late bow sniper. Don't have a chance to use those throwing weapons effectively. Now the other cool thing is, Beast Slayers do have clarity very often, and they have polearm mastery very often, and Beast Slayers don't have the best defenses. So, right off the bat, 67 melee skill and 58 melee skill with the bonuses that they have with the low defenses they have, it's a very good chance for us to go 2 sets of polearm masters and a ranged person. Which is, alright, tons of damage. So we're gonna go pole, is it late, polearm, and this one, he has a little bit of defense. That's gonna be 25, possibly 35 defense. I don't want to make too many pole masters. We want somebody in the front line, so maybe we could make him frontliner. Trying to think. Yeah, you're perfect for defense, for the polearm mastery position, because you've got horrible defense. But you could be. A little bit of fatigue. Not the best health, and not the best... Oh, but still, it's still good. Okay, so we'll make him a frontliner something. Just gotta buy him a shield. Fatigue. Oh, that's bad. He doesn't have any nimble or anything. That's not good to see on the Beast Masters. Beast Slayers. They don't have nimble or battle forged. Ouch. Not looking forward to that. Maybe I do have to make him a polearm person. Because he can't handle the front line. Yeah, no, we have to. That is unfortunate. So we do not have a front line in our beginning starts. Also, we start at level 2, which is really cool. And we're going to go with some student, of course. Ranged, and you've got okay health. Let's go for fatigue. Polearm means attack, nice, +3. Do we get resolve? Rebound with mind over body. 1 tier in resolve gives you a guaranteed 30, possible 40. Yeah, we should do it. Late, mind over body, polearm. Now, we don't desperately need fatigue when we go to mind over body polearms. As far as I remember. Because you want to get them down to rebound with mind over body to get it down to 10. Yeah, that's how you do it. And we'll go with the +2 hit points. Yeah, just to keep people alive. Give you student, because that's what we need on everybody. Now, this one, I'm not sure. His resolve's not the best. He doesn't get mind over body. He gets rebound. Maybe he could be like a flail in the background? I still think polearm is so much more effective. But maybe he could just be a polearm with recover. That's probably how we'll have to do it. So he can attack twice a turn, but every now and again he'll have to recover later on. Yeah, we'll do that instead. Just so we don't have to worry about his resolve too much. Okay, now the other annoying thing is you start off with these guys and they're a bit damaged and they're very upset because of being betrayed. So you're going to have to spend a little bit of time getting them happy again. Which is not the worst thing in the world. Now, the other thing you start with is the wolf pelts and witch's hair. In all honesty, these are sort of late game things. I wouldn't recommend using the pelts or the witch's hair to be crafting it anytime soon. So we're just going to hold on to it or use it as like a buffer in case we desperately need to sell something. Because we only start off with 1,500, which is pretty low in order to recruit any new people or anything like that. Now, for frontliners, that is expensive. Let's just get some cheap people that will just survive. So we're going to probably get ourselves the Widower, who is just garbage. We'll get the cheap monk. And the peddler's nice and cheap, weirdly enough. They might have reduced peddler prices in some of the recent updates, because peddlers usually like 1 to 2k. With the cash we have at the moment, we might get this fisherman. What do we got? We've got a... What is this? A widower with 62 attack and 36 health? Oh my goodness. A monk with triple stars on attack. And a fisherman with double on defense, but asthmatic. Oh boy. Yikes. The monk has decent resolve. Any of them have cool perks? Not seemingly. No, they're all just basic. Okay, so we got our 3 frontliners that will basically survive long enough. Then we spend the rest of our money on shields, which are not here. Yikes. Okay, we need some food because we are going to run out of food. Let's get some cheap fresh meat. We're going to do our early game strats, which is... Oh yeah, the night oil elixir is useless. Buy the super cheap food. Witch's hair doesn't sell for too bad. And just scrounge around for what we can find. Let's see if this is a delivery. Brigands at a location. No. Don't recommend location fights early on, especially on expert mode. I mean, brigands usually have just a lot of bandit rabble, even in expert mode, but we're not super ready for it yet. Let's go for yes that as well. Okay, good. We got some cheap shields. That is very good for us. 23 defense, and these two have no defense at all. But we kind of want to keep the widow alive, because no health. But at least she can hit something. He can hit something. Just want to give you a polearm. To sit in the back ranks like that. 129 though. $10 stick, that'll help us early game. Yeah, we'll buy the cheap buckler, why not? Give you the stick. Give him a better item to attack with. There's really not many options here. We can go for the bludgeon. Maybe get a stun off. Yeah, we'll go for that. Usually like accuracy weapons, but at 62, I think we can risk going with the bludgeon. Also, that's not a melee weapon, that's a throwing weapon. I didn't want to screw that up, because I probably would have forgotten about that. There's not many choices. There's a little bit of armor here. Now I want to double check. Actually, no, I don't need to double check. We can spend 15 bucks. That's just a cheap headgear. And we can spend 17 bucks because we know these guys have horrible armor. Nope, I was wrong. They have actually 20 base. That's alright. Made a mistake there, but that's okay. 15, 17 bucks isn't the worst thing in the world. What are we forgetting? What are we forgetting? Yeah, he's got 5 defense. I mean, we don't have an extra polearm, and we're probably not going to have money for it for a little bit. So what we can do is... Yeah, you guys should keep your high health armors. Yeah, 45 is decent. 55 is better. Yeah, we'll keep our most important person. She, I think, is the best person we have. Pragmatic is amazing. It's just awesome. They buffed it in like a couple of recent patches. It used to be 5% melee skill, now it's 10%, and I think it's OP. I think it's one of the best starting perks, traits. And I think they should nerf it back to 5%, because I think it's a bit too strong. But we'll go with it. We'll utilize it to the best ability. Nice helmets. Just trying to think. 63 bucks. Is that enough to spend on someone keeping their head? Probably too much. Let's quickly check the quest before we... Oh, it's... interesting. Caravans guarantee a bit of XP and free food. We should probably take it. But defending caravans can be a little tricky. So, if we're going to take that caravan quest, we'll take the pickaxe, which I normally don't buy. But you've got to wield something, bud. Daggers are just not going to do it. And throwing spear can be put onto her, just in case. And she doesn't need a dagger. We'll put a dagger on you. I think that's about as good as we can get it for the moment. I think 3 shields is really, really good. But if they get any unlucky hits on them, they're probably going down. Any newbies we want to add to the party? Wild women are pretty strong, but they cost a lot. Yeah, no, it's too expensive. Everything's too expensive. So we'll take this caravan quest early on. Hopefully not get attacked. Somebody gonna protect us? No? Okay, well, we get a free quick quest. Oh, they are protecting us. Nice. Thanks, man. Let's see. What's our first ambition? Friendly with a town is probably the easiest one to get. Yeah. Because going 2,000 crowns this early on for the standard would be lovely, but I don't think we're that good at making money this early on. We have enough food for 4 days. Okay, we don't need to worry about food for the moment. Barbarians at a location. That's scary. And then fighting monsters this early on. Oh boy. I think we have to bite the bullet and do one of them. Also, that's a grave digger? Interesting. 50 bucks. Oh my goodness, he's got brute. Oh, we gotta take him. Oh, he's so bad. Oh, he rolled so horribly. Oh no, what a waste of money. Well, we have another frontliner. He's got amazing fatigue, but he can't hit the side of a barn. If he does hit something, he's going to do crazy damage. Any cool, interesting perks? No, no magic, no nothing. Favorite enemy undeads and all that. Let's get him a shield. We are running dangerously low on money now. Yeah, $63 shield. And a stick. That's all he gets. He comes with good armor, so we'll give that armor to someone else who needs to survive a little bit longer. Which I'm assuming is the 62. I think the 62, even though he's got no health, because of his good attack skill, he's going to survive early game a little bit longer and better than the rest of them. And this guy is a bit tanky. We should keep him, even though he's got asthmatic. But yeah, out of all of the weaklings, these 2 weaklings are the more valuable ones, per se. Okay, we'll organize like this, and you guys are still not happy. You're at least not unhappy. Because you enjoyed your visit. Interesting. Okay, let's take a fight, and eeny, meeny, miny, mo, fight some beasts or fight some barbarians. In all honesty, both are bad choices. But maybe barbarians is the right choice. Early game, we can't just go hunting beasts. It's too risky. And barbarians at least give us some sort of... Oh my goodness. I'm going to fight this, but we're not going to fight it in the forest. Barbarians at least give you some loot. Some sort of weapons. And, interestingly enough, that's a lot of dogs. Dogs are hard to hit. 20%, 30%. You have a dislocated shoulder. Oh, that is painful. Also, I forgot we had our own dog. Should have brought that out. Okay, that's one down. Dog's running. Hit a 33. Hit 242s. Congratulations. Oh, stun, really? Okay, we need to kill the thrall. And I still forgot to put the dog out. Of course I did. Should I put the dog out or should I go for the shot? Like, I mean, 34% or a useful ally. Okay, that was a lot better than her shooting. 281 sounds better than throwing the net. Yeah, good, he's missing us, which is very, very good for us. Okay, we got hit. Should have gone for the stun. Oh, don't kill our dog, please. Oh, don't kill our good character either. Let's go for the kill. Oh, we miss an 86%? Okay, we get the kill. We can't go for the stun, but we can hit him. No, we can't. 7%. Yikes, this bow girl has to really recover from her injuries in order to be useful. Kinda want to use the net here. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay, that was worth it. We came out of that pretty good, lost a little bit of health on some people, and sadly got an injury. Yikes, that's a bad injury. We got the money, we got throwing weapons, that's cool. Crappy shield. Bit of food, that's nice. The only problem is we have to do a fight again, because that wasn't the quest, to get 590 bucks. So what we're going to have to do is no level ups. You get a net for the next fight. More throwing weapons. Now, in all honesty, I think this shield might be more useful. But I've known this shield to be useful in 1v1 situations, but maybe just use the barbarian shield for now. Okay, so now we go back to town. What was I thinking? We could sell things if we needed be, because we're paying 75 bucks a day this early in the game. But what we should do is quickly repair and heal. Okay, everything's repaired super quickly. I should have just put more people on healing. $22 points of health. Everyone looks good. Defenses and dislocated shoulder. Man, that's going to hurt us for so many days. Oh, Kalidokali. Let's see. This is 20 to 30. That's 20 to 35. A little bit more effective against ignoring armor. 0 to 14 can ignore. 15 to 26 to armor. 0 to 15. 15 to 22. Yeah, I think this one's better. Just slightly. Let's see the prices at the moment. No, that's selling for pretty bad. And how healthy are we? We are, as good as we'll ever get. Oh no, really? What a horrible event. Why did you disrupt the town, man? Please calm him with your wisdom. Thank you. Thank goodness we had a monk. Please don't tell me that ruined our relationship with this town. It did. Criminal and bad backgrounds are annoying when they're near towns, because they can have that event where they just mess up town folks just for the fun of it, because, you know, we're going to be a dick to them. It's not what we needed. Some thralls and a warhound. This is risky putting them on training, but there's not much else to do. Just don't want them to get an injury. And, of course, there's an injury. Man, training injuries are way too common. Damn. Well, we risked it. In all honesty, we should have risked doing the happiness thing instead. Shouldn't have done the training. We have a little bit of time before we run out of money. So, everyone's full health. And they got all happy. That's good. That's good to see. There's another way to get closer to the gods by killing them all. It's time to attack. Okay, that text didn't do anything fancy. Sometimes you can affect the fight with the text you choose at the beginning, but that didn't really change anything. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies with a hound. And once again, yes, I keep forgetting. We gotta put that dog out. I think we're gonna have to shield up here. Attacking at 63 with the pointed stick is gonna do 0 damage. So you're gonna just sit there and wall him out. You're gonna take care of the dog. You're going to... Okay, that didn't do much. Don't know where to put you, because you're not going to be able to walk very far. 81 miss. No, not this early in the game. That was a crucial hit from Mrs. Polearm there. Let's put the dog out. That's a nice defensive spot. Good job, dog. Now, one thing I do want to check is if they fixed dogs... That would be really helpful for us in this run, because then we could do a dog build for one of our characters. If they didn't fix dogs, then that's going to be unfortunate. Okay, we hit the 81 this time. Crushed his windpipe, too. No, don't make us lose our good guy. Oh, he just pulled out his javelins? Why you gotta be like that, man? Oh, he's gonna throw them again. Oh, thank goodness he ran out of jabs. We'll go for the quick kill. And miss, of course. There goes the dog. I think shields up is the right play here. Oh, we have enough stamina to hit as well. And we missed. Let's do that. Because I don't want him going forward and ruining our polearm girl. Okay, he broke out, but that wasted his turn. Man, she can't hit anything. Oh. come on, guys. Stun, please. Okay, we got a kill. $73 is better. And we get the hit, finally. Shields up because you are not doing well, buddy. It's too risky putting this guy in melee. I just have to keep him safe back here. We'll wait. We'll move up and shield. He's gonna get hit. Can't go for the stun. Oh, there goes a head. Now we walk in, get the 58. Don't hit your friend. And we get the 67. Okay. There goes our monk, and there goes our... whatever that other guy was. Was it the fisherman? Oh boy. I mean, we got some spears out of it. That is a nice upgrade. We got a really nice helmet, armor upgrades, shields. I mean, that was our shield from previously. All in all, for the risk of those 2 measly lives, that was worth it. Man, he's got way too many injuries, man. That is unfortunate. But at least we got some level ups. That's pretty cool. Nice, +4 in the health. Very nice. As usual, I think we're going to go with our gifted. Having those extra stats early on is just amazing. Mrs. Sniper, not bad on the rolls. +4, you can't ignore the +4 health. That's so nice. As usual, gifted is going to help. Should we go with the health? You've got great fatigue. I mean, yeah. Can't ignore a +4 health. And we should be getting better at that. We should be remembering to put more health on our ranged people. Nice +3. That's scary. That you're actually decent with your attack. As such a weak character. 36 health, though, means you're going to get one shot by something eventually. Can't get too attached to you, buddy. We just can't. Also, with 20... Oh my goodness, 20 resolve? There's a reason why you just don't hire widows. You just don't. Colossus will give her, like, 9 health. That's so low. Okay, we'll give you a bit more attack to make you useful. A bit more health and defense. Would love to get that resolve up, but for the moment... The health is going to put you up to 81. That is so nice. Okay, our front line survived enough to get Colossus. It's good to see. Very good to see. You're so close to leveling, man. And we got paid. Whew. We need some more fodder. The Daytailer's pretty good fodder. Not going to be useful for long. But cheap enough to survive. 6 defense. Not bad. Definitely better than nothing. And you can wear the better helmet. No, that's 20, so that's 30. See, what else are we missing? The attachment for, whatchamacallits, barbarians are pretty crappy usually. But we can still put it on someone. +10 is nice. Spear is good. The barbarian cleaver is not too fancy. So I wouldn't recommend using the barbarian weapons too much. Unless you're out of resources and out of choices like we are, kind of. But I think the bludgeon is still better than these two. 10s are useless, so we'll break those down. That weapon I never use. It's just a two-handed piece of crap. And from here we should just rest quickly. Really don't think we should do these beasts right now. Let's get them all healed up. 2 hours and 10 hours. Okay, so let's put more people on healing. 2 hours and 8 hours. 3 hours and 7 hours. Okay, let's do it like that. We're doing good for food. We keep picking up nice amounts of food everywhere. Gotta make sure we're on top of our money, which we kind of are. Just need to be on top of these injuries, man. There's a chance he gets healed in 1 day, but the way RNG goes, it's most likely not. Pierced End is brutal for attacking, but it's not bad. He's got good defense. Eventually that shoulder will be fixed. Okay, so let's go find some more work. I haven't even looked at the map. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. Welcome to the map. I didn't even know what it was going to look like, but we do have a little bit of fishing area. A little bit of harbor. With the southern states, with Sandholm, with Ergens. And is there a harbor up here? Yes, there is. So there is teleportation late game. There's potential for us going from top to bottom. And I guess that would help if we're trying to find a certain monster. Also, there's a harbor over here, too. This is actually not a bad map seed. And there's, oh wow, there's a harbor on 2 city-states. Sorry for not showing that earlier. I was totally in the zone and trying to get over the characters and everything. But yeah, some pretty cool areas. If it's gonna be Noble War, so every house seems pretty even. Can't really tell which one's gonna be the best to join if we ever have to. The only problem with this map, I think, is there's not much area in the top for unholds. It's a bit small up here, but yeah, it might be a bit tricky to hunt unholds on this map. Low spawning area. But in terms of other beasts, a lot of space for spiders, a bunch of space for shrats maybe if we ever want to try that out here in the west. A lot of desert space as always. Swamps are very limited. Lindworms might be hard to find. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Sorry for not showing that earlier. There's a new quest that has been achieved here. Brigands. We'll take it. It's a brigand location, but we'll take it. Now, Butcher. I am interested. Because butchers have decent stats. Yeah, he's decent. Definitely decent. Asthmatic is horrible. Look at that resolve. Potential. Definitely potential for a banner. Except for Asthmatic. That just ruins him. But the reason why I was considering Butcher, just for the fact that he's a Butcher, when you come to retinue stuff, which I don't think we've gotten enough renown to show it off just yet. Yes, we do. We have enough renown. Okay, so now I can show off the retinue changes. As if you don't have enough renown, you can't show off retinue changes. Okay, so all of the retinue has been halved in their cost. So normally the cook's like 2 grand, Cartographer is 2.5, and in the base game it's normally 2.5 and all those types of prices. And then you get to the bounty hunter, it's normally like 8k. So you look at that and you go, that's a lot of money to spend on just somebody who's not going to attack. And somebody that gives you just a permanent passive buff. Some of these retinues I really like, some of them I don't. And each person, depending on your run and how you play your characters and what you're trying to fight, each retinue might be slightly better or worse depending on that. But then there's some that just work every single time. So like the cook is one I almost grab on every single run that I do when the retinue is not broken. So the reason why we haven't been doing it in seasons prior is because the retinue hasn't been working properly. Before we do purchase them this run, I am going to check it off camera just to double check we haven't wasted our money on something that breaks the game or doesn't work. But I have high hopes for the retinue this season, and we're going to probably grab ourselves the cook because provisions lasting us to 3 days, 1, increases the effectiveness of selling provisions if you ever have to. If you want to buy cheap wine somewhere and sell it somewhere else, it increases your revenue and profit from that, which we're probably not going to do in this season, but, you know, it's a nice thing to have. Lasting longer lets you go into the wilderness more often. So say grain that lasts 7 days will last 10 days, which is just amazing. Hit point healing rate is mainly the reason why you go for this. It allows you to recover from fights 1/3 faster. So you can take fights a lot more often, get yourself more XP more often. It's just really nice. And I think the provisions lasting of 3 extra days in the base game, it affects every single food. In this one, I think it affects the ones you gather by hunter. Hopefully they fix that. And if it does, that makes hunting even more profitable and more effective in the wild. Minstrel and a few other ones, not super effective. The Alchemist is going to be helpful for us when we go crafting. So we can make snake oil, and 25% chance to not consume a crafting component. So this is going to help us with crafting a lot if we can get to it. Now, one of the changes as well in Legends mod is the recent updates have, how do I explain it? Increased the requirements needed and decreased at the same time. So normally the cook would require you to have, oh, my memory's failing me, 7 different types of food in your inventory. Not 7 sets of bread or anything, 7 different types. So you'd have like wine, bread, berries, all that kind of stuff. Legends mod, they've changed it up a bit and they've gone, hey, let's do someone with the camp cook perk. So guaranteed on bakers, fishwives, and butchers. So that's why I got ourselves a butcher, to get that perk to unlock the cook. The alchemist is normally craft 10 items, but now an additional gateway modifier that you have to actually have is you have to have a herbalist, taxidermist, or a druid in your party. So we're probably going to get a taxidermist this run because that's going to help us immensely. The other people we sort of want to get is maybe the recruiter. I do enjoy this one. I think it's a very high profitable retinue. It gives you just so many more people to recruit from. Drill sergeant's pretty good too if you like putting people in reserve. It mainly would be helpful in, I'd say, cultist runs. I definitely want to grab a drill sergeant in a cultist run along with the recruiter. Surgeon is just an all-around great retinue person to have. It allows your injuries to take 1 less day to heal, which is just so valuable. Brigand's good for if you want to be evil and you want to raid people and fight caravans. Paymaster's good in late game, very good in late game. It stops them from making you cost more for your troops. And yeah, just a bunch of others along the way. So we'll go through that a bit more when we start recruiting them, and you'll sort of see the good benefits of that. We're not going to deviate too much. Now, we're going to try and keep this butcher alive so we can get to his camp cooking. So it's a level 3 perk. So level 2 he gets that, level 3 he gets this. So if he survives to level 3, we can get ourselves a cook. And if we, you know, have $1,000 just to spend on a passive effect. So, I mean, even $1,000 is still expensive early game. So you got to make wise decisions with your money. And we got to make sure we don't go too overboard with our decisions. And this guy, who's got some really good health. So hopefully this butcher survives long enough. He's got nice 30 armor. Should work out fine. Now, let's move along and get ourselves to the next fight. Only thing I have to worry about is the injuries. Other than that, we're pretty healthy. What do we got? 11 enemies. Okay, this is going to be a tough fight. Oh, we also lost the dog. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, so it's now the 7 of us instead of 8 of us. Oh, that would have been nice if you hit that girl. Maybe we should prop her up on, because it's the forest, prop her up on a high ground. That would be really beneficial. And since they have 1 archer against our, no, 2 too ranged against our one archer. They're most likely not going to rush us. Yeah, they're not. And we have a horrible archer, and they probably know that. Rolling on 5%, I mean, we can risk it. Oh my goodness. We might have to start pushing this guy. Yeah, they're starting to push, which is good to see. You have no defenses, so we're going to put you here. Oh man, if he gets shot by a ranged attack, what's his range defense? 1. Let's put you here then instead. It's going to take her 2 turns to get to that spot. But I think she needs to be on a high ground in order to be slightly effective. Oh, I didn't realize. You've got to be kidding me. This is the power of Expert, and this is why we haven't played Expert for a while. Early game Brigand Raiders. That's ridiculous. We've got like almost no way of beating him. Oh, against 10 other enemies as well. I think we need Mace Guy to come in and just stun him every turn. And Polearm to do the damage. Yikes, I'm not looking forward to that. Shields up. Mace, please come in and stun. You go here. We're not going to dagger down his armor. There's no way we survive long enough to dagger his armor down. No, don't go for the guy with the mace. Yes, we get the stun. That's what we like to see. Yeah, that does no damage. Good damage, but he's going to get wrecked, so let's help him out with a 66. We missed! Spectacularly, we missed. Well then, she's redeemed herself completely. 95% on the prong. That is awesome. Oh man, we're just fluffing all these shots. Yay, we got him! And we got his sword! That is amazing. Also, this guy's dying. Let's go for the stun. Nice. 2 stuns in 1 fight, this early on. She does it again. She misses the intended target, gets the kill. If she was missing an eye, I'd totally understand why she's doing all this, but she's not missing an eye. She's just bad. She's so bad she's good. That's hilarious. Yeah, I know your weapon's breaking. You'll be fine. Okay, he's gonna run. I don't think there's a way we can catch him. That's fine. Let's not shoot your friends in the back. Let's kill that. He's fallen. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no way we can chase him. We just have to go for this kill and we're done. Yeah, that's it. Wow, that... I really thought we were going to lose someone. We only took 66 and 52 damage. We beat a raider this early? I mean, we rolled really well, got our stun. If we didn't get the stun, we'd be screwed. We got a falchion and a glaive? This is going to skyrocket us to a nice early game. And we're getting paid for it as well. We didn't lose anyone. Polearm, you're the one with recover. I might have to write that down. Oh my goodness, I can't spell. Recov Polearm. Yeah, that's good enough. Not enough text to write down all the things I want to do. Where are we going with this? I guess Executioner and Crippling? Maybe Anticipation as a defensive? Fast adaptation's not the worst thing in the world. It's very hard to injure beasts, especially ones with high health. And injuries work on most beasts, which is really nice to see. We won't need many defensives being at range, so it's either Execution or Crippling Strikes as a nice defensive. I mean, nice offensive ability. Or we go with... Yeah, there's really not much else. I think Crippling's probably better. If we can create injuries, I think that does more value than capitalizing on injuries if we get them on a chance. That's why I think getting Crippling before getting Executioner is better. Because if you get a lucky, like, severe concussion or a lucky break of their arm or something, that will do many more wonders than getting a 20% bonus if you luckily have gotten an injury somewhere during the fight on the enemy. So yeah, we'll go with that. And we'll get you hit points and fatigue. Nicely done. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the... I forgot to name these guys. I don't care about their normal name. If you guys want to be a part of this, because we've had it in some previous seasons where people want to shout out their names and put their own cool names on a character, you guys can do that if you want, so just put that in the comments. But I don't ever really need to name them. I just put in underneath to remind myself of what these characters are good for. So this is a front shield. This guy is early damage. This one is a front shield as well. And this guy is... yeah, he's nothing fancy either. He's got resolve and stuff. This is maybe early banner. Also with the camp cooking as well would be nice to unlock the cook. But yeah, basically an early banner because he's got such good resolve. That's crazy. You don't find that kind of resolve on many characters in the game with good fatigue. But you unluckily get asthmatic, so you know, you gotta have something bad going for you. Anyways, who's the best guy? It's this one right here. And also our back guy here. So we should give him the sword. No. Give our good guy in the back the sword. Give you the spear. Why not give you a shield? Why didn't I do that before? I know why, because he used to have the nets, and I forgot he didn't have nets anymore. Yeah, you need a shield, man. Okay, so sword, spear. Who gets the militia glaive? Actually, you get the glaive because it's a 10% increase to hit. And someone weaker, like you, can get the spear, which is a 20% chance to hit. Sweet. You've got a hunting bow, so you don't need the short bow. Extra ammo in case you need it. And we're looking pretty decent. Dagger on someone else. I'm liking this. I'm liking the look of this party. We've got the people in the front that don't matter usually, and the people in the back that do. And once we start getting a bit more money, start getting more lucky on our rolls of people we recruit, we might get some more people that are worth keeping a bit longer on. Yeah, but nothing's so fancy here. Like, that's a very expensive detailer. No way we're going to spend that kind of money on that guy. But it's coming to the end of the episode, and I think we've got ourselves a pretty good start. Not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to this season. Definitely looking forward to see us fighting a bunch of beasts. Sadly, we're not going to fight too many early game, so I do apologize for that. But we still have to go with our early game strategies of getting on top of our finances and getting on top of our food and everything like that. Getting some decent characters to start with. Because even in Legends mod, they haven't really dumbed down the beasts like they've done with Bandit Rabble. And beasts are not good early game. So I don't recommend it. So once we get on top of our feet, kind of like the Holy Inquisition run, we'll start fighting our favorite enemies, and we're definitely going to make use of a lot of these, especially on the Beast Slayers. A lot of these favorite enemies, Shrats, Lindworms, Unholds, Nazakurs, Spiders, Direwolves, all sorts of enemies. And we're going to try and do well with these because it unlocks difficult contracts to hunt the legendary beasts. So you find the legendary ones a lot more often once you unlock these favorite enemies. So I don't recommend unlocking the favorite enemies early game. We are not going to do that. It's going to be mid to late game is when we're actually going to click on these buttons and unlock them. Because the benefits of it are only really useful once you start killing a handful of them. And you kind of don't want to unlock the legendary beasts too early and let them roam the map, because you're going to get stomped. I'm going to get stomped. It's just, it's not fun. So we'll plan that for a late game strategy once we get our characters all ready. Even the Hexen one too. Yikes. But yeah, I hope you're looking forward to it. Liking our characters so far. If you have any people that you really want to change the names of, go ahead, let me know, and we'll get that ready for the next episode. But yeah, thanks for watching, and can't wait to see you in the next one. See yous.